You could sell a generic Hello Fall sweatshirt and a pumpkin-themed rug. Or you could design pieces that actually feel like fall. Warm, nostalgic, and personal. The kind buyers are craving right now. Because this season, buyers aren't just shopping for the weather. They're shopping for the vibe. Miss that, and you're not just guessing what to sell, you're ghosting the one season your shop can't afford to flop. This isn't just a trends list. It's a cheat sheet for making products that feel like fall and actually sell. Let's start with the top products customers are buying and where you've got room to stand out. Rugs and mats. Yep, home and living is leading this season. Hoodies and sweatshirts. Always a contender, but now with a fun twist. We've added DTF wrist placement on select models with more on the way. Scented candles, wall art, blankets, all cozy, all personal, all peak fall. And a quick shout out to keychains and engraved drinkware. Small gifts, big sellers. But these products aren't gonna sell themselves. So let's talk about what actually makes something feel like fall. Close your eyes for a second. How does fall feel to you? Warm, like your favorite sweater just out the dryer. Cozy, like sinking into the couch after a long walk through crunchy leaves. Pumpkin spiced, and not just the lattes, but the candles, cookies, and chaos of Halloween prep. That's what you're selling. Not just a product, but a feeling. Here are 3 aesthetics shaping those fall feelings this year, rooted in how people want their spaces to feel. Warm color schemes. Think deep purples, burnt reds, mocha browns, and earthy greens. Instantly cozy and grounded. And yes, mocha is the color of the year for a reason. Maximalism or cluttercore, because everything is labeled a core these days. Eclectic and overflowing with character. This year's twist? Pattern drenching. Go bold and don't be afraid to mix. Florals with plaids, or bold prints with vintage textures. The more visually unique, the better. And last up, retro and vintage vibes. From 70s color palettes to 90s graphics, these bring comfort, familiarity, and full-on nostalgia. And nostalgia sells, especially in Q4. Now, let's turn these fall vibes into real products that your audience is gonna love. All right, so I've pulled up Canva right here, and you'll see right away that I actually created those mood boards that we saw earlier right here in Canva. And I've created it in a template where I'm going to create my design so that inspiration is always handy. So you'll see that we have the vintage, retro. I'm actually going to be creating a larger product today, a home and living product, rugs. So I took inspiration from this retro mood board. And as we scroll down, this is the rug that I'm creating. Right away, we can see that these colors kind of match exactly my mood board. So what I did, I created a simple color palette right here, also inspired from my mood board. All I did was added squares. And if you go to the color, I simply selected a color. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. We'll click on it. And I took the eyedropper tool, and I actually used this eyedropper tool to pick colors exactly from my mood board. So we can do that for inspiration. We're gonna be creating a larger kind of retro, sunken in design. It's gonna kind of give us that sinking feeling illusion with these retro colors. So what we're going to do, we're simply going to start by finding these shapes. We're gonna duplicate them and then just change the colors. So let's go down here to a blank canvas. In elements, all you have to do is search for something like blob or squiggly shape, kind of whatever the vibe that you're going for. So let's go in with, squiggly rectangle maybe. We'll check the graphics. And we'll see kind of what we're looking for here. We can play around, we can check the magic recommendations for similar styles. Okay. I'm happy with this one. So what we're going to do, we're gonna take this first element and make it just about the same size as our template here. We're gonna start big and then work our way down. And for the colors, we're also going to start from the darkest color and then kind of work our way through the palette to get to the lightest shade. So we'll change the color of this one. And now the colors are already saved in my document colors here because I've already used them. But if we need to, we can take that eyedropper tool and we can kind of select it from our mood board or from our color palette if it's not showing up here. So we'll make this one brown, okay? Now all we're going to do, we're going to duplicate it. Let's change the color of this one to orange. So we're gonna work our way down, kind of this burnt orange. And now we're just going to resize it and center it a little bit within this brown squiggly. We can make it a little bit smaller. Okay. And also, now here's the little trick. I'm actually going to take the transparency of each smaller size and lower it just a little bit. This is gonna kind of help create that sunken in illusion, okay? Now it doesn't have to be much. We'll say about 90, okay? And now I'm going to repeat this same exact process. I'm going to duplicate my shape. I'll go to the next color in my palette and we will make it a bit smaller. Maybe a little bit more. Now you wanna make sure also, now this is totally up to your style, but you wanna make sure that the padding between each shape, so kind of the space between the orange, the brown, the yellow, and the next color is about even. And it doesn't have to be perfect. And again, we're gonna go to the transparency and we'll see it has the same transparency as the orange one. We're gonna lower it a little bit more. Okay, so my design is pretty much done. I will change the background color here in Canva just so I can see what it would look like on the product here. We have this kind of nice dark red vibe. But when I download this design, I'm actually gonna do it with a transparent background because I can change the background color of the actual rug in the Printify product creator. And this kind of gives you a bit more flexibility if you want to offer different colored backgrounds. Maybe you wanna have like a deeper purple rug, a deeper blue, and a deeper red, for example, with the same design. So we'll keep it transparent, okay? Now, this design is done. We can actually make a full collection. I made some designs already, but you could do different varieties. You could do circles like I did here. You could kind of do a more perfect square, kind of rounded corners. You can do something like this that's a bit more wavy. You really can play around with this and offer a lot of different variations. Okay, so let's download this one. And I'm going to actually download it as an SVG this time. And I'll explain to you in a moment why. So when you go to share it, you see the file type is PNG. We'll just find SVG right here. And we'll just do the current page and a transparent background, okay? We'll download this. So here in Printify, you'll see under the information here, the print area size. Now in Canva, there is a limit to the template size that you can make. It's like 8,000 pixels, which here we see it's 11,000. So what I did, I actually made the Canva template half the size. I just divided each dimension by 2 and made my design on that so it keeps that kind of perfect rectangle, okay? And I downloaded it as an SVG because when I want to expand that design on a larger product, like a rug, like this, for example, we still see that it's high resolution. If I were to download it as a PNG at that size and expand it, it's gonna lose resolution. It might not be as clear as you want, okay? So our background color now, maybe we can make this a little bit smaller. Center it like this. Now our background color. So we can enter a custom hex code here. So let's go back to Canva and we'll find this deep red. And if you click on it, you can copy the hex code Bring it right here into Printify. And there we go. We have a beautiful red carpet. So let's preview it. While that's loading, we're actually going to make a second carpet. Now, this is also kind of following that retro vibe, but we're gonna get a little bit more crazy with this pattern. We're gonna kind of go for that pattern drenching, maximalist, cluttered look, okay? So again, I kind of made myself a color palette based off of my retro mood board. And this time, we're gonna be making a pattern. Patterns are also really good for larger products because you can simply make one smaller pattern, you can duplicate it however many times you need to, and it'll fill that entire product. So this one is really easy to make because, let's scroll down here, we are simply going to use two elements, flowers and squares, and then we're just going to repeat. So I'm gonna go to elements and shapes here. We'll add in squares. Okay. And you'll see that to make a pattern, you can kind of do however many you want, but I'm gonna go 4 by 4 here. We're just gonna duplicate this 4 times just to start. We're gonna line them up. And so to get 4 by 4, we're going to resize them a little bit. And you'll see I selected all of them at once. This will make sure that all 4 of my squares remain the same size as I'm resizing. Okay, let's start with this. Now I'm going to simply color in my squares. So if you click on a square, you can change the color. And again, you'll see that my colors from my palette are already here in the document colors. So we can make this first one red, for example. We can make this one yellow. You don't have to go in any particular order. Now we're gonna just add that flower in the center of our square right here. So back in elements, we can search for something like retro flower. And when you do find a design that you like, I always like to make sure that you can actually change the colors of these. Sometimes you can't. So if you want it to kind of match that full aesthetic, I recommend getting one where you can change the colors. So here, now we're just gonna kind of place the flower right here in the center of the square. And you'll know it's centered when you see these vertical and horizontal dotted purple lines. So it's right in the center of my square. And we can actually change our flower colors now to match our color palette. So let's go with this more kind of burnt orange. And for the middle of the flower, let's make it kind of this cream color, okay? Now for the yellow one, we're gonna do the same exact thing. We can actually copy and paste this flower and move it right on over and center it. And then we'll just change the flower colors now to some different colors. Okay, so I have my base flowers and the squares ready to go. I'm simply going to copy and paste over and over again until I have kind of a nice 4 by 4 pattern. And I'm just going to mix and match my colors here. And I will actually kind of group these before I copy and paste, just so that if I accidentally move something, it kind of stays together with the square. Okay, so you'll see that my bottom row here is kind of touching the edge. I'm going to select all of our squares now and center them a little bit on the template. Okay. Now, since we're making a pattern, you want to make sure that none of your squares or elements are touching the edges right here, just because when those other edges do line up in the pattern, we might have some weird overlaps or weird gaps. So I'm also going to make all of it a little bit larger. And again, I like to test the background color of the actual rug. I'm going to use kind of this lighter cream color, which is why I didn't use it in any of my flowers. So we'll change the color of that. And that's what it would look like on our rug. This is a really simple design to make. It's a little bit tedious, but you can really bring it a long way. I played around a little bit more. You can add things like different colored edges. You can use these individual flowers as just kind of plain elements like this, okay? And you can play around with your patterns in different ways like I did here. So for example, the flowers, I can use them on pillows to match the rug, for example. You can use them to create kind of little cute patterns with more than one flower. You can do a full seamless pattern with them, okay? So you have a lot of different options and it could look really cool together with that rug. So let's go ahead and download my design now, okay? So this one I'll just do as a PNG. Okay. Make sure that our background is transparent. And while I'm here, I'll also grab this hex code. We'll go to our downloads, drag it in, and we'll change our background color. Okay. And now here you see this create pattern button. We can toggle it on. And look at that. We can resize it if you want kind of more flowers, if you want them smaller, you can make it bigger. I kind of like this a little bit bigger size. And we can center a little bit. I also like to look at the edges here just to see that it's kind of even on both sides. Okay. Let's go ahead and preview this one. So while this is loading, let's check back in on our illusion rug. Now this looks really cool. I really like it. It was super easy. Do make sure that you are checking your products with CMYK mode as well, just because especially brighter colors, they're gonna look a little bit different on a printed product than what we see on our screen. So this is a really good example. You'll see I'm in RGB. Let's watch the red right now as I change. So you see it kind of got a little bit duller. That's gonna be more closer to what the real rug would look like with that color, okay? Let's check back in on our flowers. Super cute, I love it, first of all. Secondly, let's check the CMYK again. So it's not too big of a difference, but you will notice if you check the orange here, for example, and even the green flower, it does get a little bit more muted. And that's it. All of that from just a couple simple elements and a really thought out mood board. As you're designing, start with a mood board. It keeps your inspiration handy and makes sure every product you create stays on theme and on trend. And skip the generic Hello Fall stuff. You've got the tools now to create pieces that feel like someone's favorite memory. That's what people really want to wear, gift, and bring into their homes. And if you like my vintage vibe designs, you'll love what's next. I dive even deeper with retro and nostalgic text designs. Click the next video, and I'll see you there.